Hello. Let's dive deeper into osteobiography by discussing two individuals, one Northern African and one Eastern Asian, and how they lived their own lives when they moved to Anatolia, Turkey during the Byzantine Empire. Now, them and their families moved away from their respective country is because of problems with leadership that they experienced, and they moved to Anatolia because of the agricultural opportunities it offers. The Northern Africans family came in first to build their own home in a certain area. Then a few years after that, the Eastern Asians family came in and had to buy their own home because of low income. Both these houses were in the same vicinity as one another, and these two individuals eventually started to talk with one another and started to connect a lot more because they had similar issues in their own countries. So they really it connected on that level and really grown close. And helped them through tough times that they've had, which extended into Turkey. Yeah, yeah. You see, the Northern African had to grow their own crops grow his own crops for his family, which became even harder because of a lot of disasters that occurred in the country of Turkey. That work put a lot of stress on his arms, his neck, and other parts of his body. And the situation got even worse when eventually the bubonic plague first began, and due to the rat population that immigrants brought along when they transferred to Turkey as well, just like these two individuals and their families have. And this plague it really affected their families quite a bit, especially this Eastern Asian we talk about. He had hurt his leg, parts of his upper body, and he really a lot of that was due from the disease and trauma he experienced from the plague. Eventually, a lot of people perished in this during this epidemic, including these two individuals we're discussing. Now, their families, he did survive this plague more than they did, and longer than they did. But after seeing that their family members have perished, they decided to bury them together in the same burial ground because of how close they were, or felt it was necessary. Now, let's dive deeper into discussing these two skeletal remains. Here we have the Northern African and we have the Eastern Asian. And certain parts of that can help distinguish where they originated and their exact stature and age. Things like cranial size, the condition of the teeth, and condition of the bones, etc. You can see that this man is taller than this man is, which a lot of it was due to a stress, which affects the stature. We can tell they're both males because of the shape of the pelvic bone that both these skeletons have. Now, if we look closer, you can see stress marks that this skeleton has when it was discovered, and you see a cutoff in the legs right above the knees of this skeleton right here, and that was due these were effects of the stress and the plague that they experienced during their time in Turkey. Now we can tell stuff like where they originated, look at their DNA and the bones, and their age and height, but we can't tell exactly what year in the Byzantine Empire they perished, just because there's no relics or special goods that were buried alongside them. But we can tell they were close because they were buried together. So that's all I have for you today. Hope that clarifies a bit on how osteobiography relates to bioarchaeology. Thank you.